I'm Capt.Monte with Texas Fishing Tips, and this is your weekly fishing report.
The cold weather has hit South Texas, and we've still been working out here in front of Harbor Island. There's been bull reds out here on this wall. There've been slot reds. We've been catching a few sheepheads starting to migrate around. So out here in front and on the edges of Fena docks, live shrimp with just a small weight right on top of the hook. Number 3 Kell hook is what I've been using. And we've been catching all kinds of good things up against this rock base. If you come out a little deeper in that 25 foot of water, put a 3-ounce weight right on top of the hook. When I deep drop like that, I'm usually using about a 5-ounce Kell hook. And I'm using cut mullet or cut ladyfish, cut menhaden. Been a lot of bull reds still hanging around this area right here. It has been pretty rough out by the jetties, but on those days that we can make it out, been using that 3-ounce weight right on top of number 5 Kell hook and coming out here on the points. We've been catching slot reds out here, been catching bull reds. We've also been catching some gag groupers. The gag groupers got to be 24 inches before you can keep them. But there have been a lot of good fish all around here when weather permits. Also, we've been catching some good trout. This cold weather, trout bites starting to get pretty much consistent now, but more in the flats, you know. Over here on this shipwreck, same deal. We've been catching rock hind grouper right through here, little strawberry groupers. We've been catching some bull reds and slot reds right through here. So this little shipwreck is a good place to ambush different species out there, even the sheephead. I've been a lot of 14s, 13, 14s, but the bigger ones are coming. So just depending with this north wind like it has been blowing, it's been blowing water out of the flats. So up here through Lighthouse or Big Slough or even Moore's Cummins Cut, when that water really drops, then fish get stacked here in this deeper water. So all of this area is good places to catch your redfish, your trout, your black drum. Also in the inside of South Bay. When that water dumps out and comes out of this back lake, this back creek right through here, and on the edge of South Bay, there have been redfish and black drum. If you get over here on Grassy with popping corks and your favorite plastics or live shrimp, been catching trout up on this grass bed right here in front of Moore's Cummins. So all of this area has got potential of catching good fish. Even if you come down the Shrimp Boat Channel, these little cuts that go into Lighthouse Lakes, they've been holding good redfish through here also. So pick your days, bundle up. It's been cold, but there's still good fish to be had. Another good place to be hitting this time of the year, especially when that tide rolls out right here around Thanksgiving. It's supposed to be down back here at the Y Channel, all the way in the back, up against this back shoreline through here with live piggies, live mullet, or even your cut bait. Been holding good fish through here. Just be careful because water is dumping and it's getting skinnier. So back there we've been catching redfish. If you work this edge, especially on a north wind, right through here, popping corks and your favorite plastics, been catching trout through here. So right up on this edge. We've also been coming into sailboat. Sailboat's been holding good black drum, redfish. Been catching sheephead right here on this point. Been some black drum holding out through here. And they've been from there all the way to the back up through Brown Root Flats. So all this area has been holding good reds, black drum. Back here by the well, there's a well head back here in the back. There have been black drum and redfish through here. If you come back out and start running back towards Port Aransas, there's some little coves that come back here in the back. These little coves hold redfish and black drum this time of the year. If you come all the way to the very back, it's called Summer Hole back here. It drops off about 4 foot. When that water dumps out, then fish stack in these deeper little pockets. So that's a good place to get out of the wind, good place to ambush fish. This is a time of year that I like to come over here by California Hole. Popping corks, your favorite plastics, work real well. You can also get over here in Estes and make these long drifts with popping corks. If I've got a popping cork on with live shrimp or my favorite plastics, I'm really shaking them corks as hard as I can because that gets them fired up. It gets them pretty aggressive. But you can make these long drifts through here, and the trout have been coming through, so it's a good trout bite right now. It seems like the nastier it is, the harder you got to pop that cork. But if you'll just get on these good drifts, you'll pick up good trout. You'll pick up them redfish. They've been kind of holding off in these deeper holes. Once you get them located, put your power pole down, and you shouldn't have any problem getting your limits. Remember, trout limit is 17 to 23 inches. And if you catch them flounder right now, you're going to have to release them because they shut flounder season down November 1st through the middle of December. So make sure that you're in your bag limits as far as what you're able to keep this time of the year. But all through Estes right now, should be able to find your fish. If you get back on the back edges up in this back shore, been catching good numbers of red through here on live mullet or live piggies. When the weather allows me, I've been coming over here by the Lexington and working these rock jetty walls all the way down to the L-head. There's been speckled trout through here. There's been redfish. There have been mangrove snapper. There have been black drum. There have been a lot of different species working these inlets going in between these rocks. Live shrimp has been the ticket. Free line, you can either go free line with no weight, or you can just put a 1/8 ounce weight on. Number 3 Kell hook is what I've been using, but I've been working all of this area all the way down to the Lexington. Been good fish out here. If the weather permits, been running out here to these gas platforms. This time of the season, the trout get in this deeper water, in this mud, and I've been working around these platforms. We've been catching bull reds. We've been catching sheephead. We've been catching black drum. So each one of these wells got the potential to get you limited out. Just go around it with your depth finder and your trolling motor. Once you see the bulk of the fish, then start working it. This area has really been holding good fish, and as the winter goes on, there'll even be more fish stacking up on these wells.
Thanks for watching. This is Capt.Monte.